Celtic chief executive Peter Lawwell has issued a warning to the club's supporters. Photo, SNS Celtic officials and players have united to call upon supporters to stop tarnishing their own and the club's reputation after a series of high-profile incidents of disorder this season. Chief Executive Peter Lawwell said, "From a Celtic perspective, the club does not want it, our players do not want it, our manager does not want it and our supporters do not want it." Timo Weah, who is on loan at the club from Paris Saint-Germain, has defended his captain Scott Brown after the combative midfielder's performance in Sunday's Old Firm. "Brown is always positive and is a real role model for me," said Weah. "I look up to him a lot and I think every player should be a Scott Brown." Rangers striker Defoe has revealed that he is determined to achieve something special at Ibrox next season. "So far it's been great, there have been ups and downs, but that's football. I believe next season we can really kick on and achieve something," said Defoe. The on-loan Bournemouth striker is grateful to Steven Gerrard for bringing him to the club, and is enjoying the novelty of playing in a new league. Defoe said, "I've had the opportunity to play against teams I have never played before, and to play against the top teams like Celtic and the others." And Defoe is confident that his teammate Alfredo Morelos will learn from his disciplinary mistakes after being hit by another Scottish FA suspension this week. "As you get older, you become more experienced and you realize that you don't really need to get involved," said Defoe. "With Alfredo, I'm sure he will blank it out and he will become better at that." Rangers fullback John Flanagan is another player at Ibrox who is hoping to make a big contribution next season. "I want to be here, I want to be a part of it, I want to get a new contract and be here for many years," said Flanagan. Rangers manager Steven Gerrard has insisted that Defoe will play a major role at Ibrox next season after the veteran forward has found game time hard to come by so far this season. "He has been impeccable around the training ground since he walked in," said Gerrard. Hearts manager Craig Levein reckons this season has been a success for the Edinburgh club, and insisted that January signing David Van Essek can still make a contribution at the club. "I think he needs a fresh start," said Levein. "I think he needs to get away for the summer, make sure he works hard and comes back in good shape." Across Edinburgh, Hibernian manager Paul Heckingbottom has insisted he has no fear going into his first Edinburgh derby, because he can still recall his own family cheering his rivals on when he played for Sheffield Wednesday. "When you even have your own friends and family wanting you to get beat and get hurt, that was a strange one," said Heckingbottom. Ross County co-manager Stuart Kettlewell has warned Dundee United that his players will be going for a win tonight when the two sides meet in Dingwall. Kettlewell said, "At no point this season have we come out trying to play for a draw as might be suggested. We will certainly looking to be on the front foot against Dundee United, with the Women's World Cup on the horizon." Scotland boss Shelley Kerr has urged her players to provide the perfect warm-up for the tournament by beating Chile and Brazil in their upcoming friendlies. Neil Cameron has had his say on the fallout from Sunday's Old Firm, and is pointing the finger of blame in the direction of the Scottish FA. Neil reckons that the governing body should have been the adult in the room when everyone else lost the plot. Davey Hay reckons he's came up with a foolproof way of staying out of trouble during an Old Firm, by not getting caught. In his latest column, Hay wrote, "Did I ever find myself in trouble? No. And that's because I never got caught. The trick was to look after yourself, but only when the referee wasn't looking." And Graham McGarry thinks that football fans have been made a scapegoat in the aftermath of Sunday's derby, and that all too often supporters are blamed for problems that affect wider society. In rugby, Glasgow Warriors assistant coach Mike Blair has quit his role at the club. Head coach Dave Rennie said, "There's going to be a little bit of change in our coaching group and we'll announce it all together." And Scotland's Magnus Bradbury has insisted that internal competition for places in Richard Cockerill's side will help drive the club on in their bid to reach the playoffs. "It's exciting," admitted Bradbury. It's great for the team, don't get me wrong, but each guy is pushing the other to be the best that he can be. Elsewhere, Dundee striker Kenny Miller has told Scott Brown to show a bit of class after the Celtic captain's celebrations after Sunday's win over Rangers, report the Scottish Sun. Aberdeen are mulling over a bid for Motherwell striker Curtis Main, according to the Daily Record. And the Press and Journal are reporting that Aberdeen defender Mark Reynolds is set to leave the club in the summer after signing a pre-contract agreement with Dundee United.